Hi, my name is Dr. Satwinder Bains. I'm the director of the South Asian Studies Institute, and I'm also the associate professor of South Asian Studies in the Social Cultural Media Studies program in the College of Arts at the University of the Fraser Valley. The South Asian Studies Institute at the University of the Fraser Valley was established in 2006. But the dream for it started many years before that. In 2001, we were teaching some courses in social work that were trying to address the issue of helping families who come from cultural communities that are quite large in the Fraser Valley. We have about 25% of the population is South Asian. So we started there, and we realized that in the helping professions, students that were learning about the community were having a bit of a blind spot. Because when they got into the profession and went to work, they wanted to help families but didn't have the background or the knowledge. The work was to establish a South Asian Studies Institute. At the time, we called it the Center for Indo-Canadian Studies, and the focus was really people from the Indian subcontinent. Learn about the community through courses was our first initiative. But then after that, we wanted to develop a research as well as fellows who would work with the Institute. So the idea to develop a center came about. The work of the center is to have three goals. One is to continuously be doing research, to be addressing the here and now as well as the historic research. The second is to engage with students, to make sure the students are learning, both through research and studies. And the third is to engage with the community, to make sure that the work we do is relevant.
I'm Madhavi Namdar. I'm the project manager for South Asian Canadian Legacy Projects. We call it SAKALP in short. The objective of this project is to showcase the valuable contributions of the South Asian Canadian community in British Columbia to the province's history, economy, culture, and especially in facing the injustices and the discrimination in the past. So when this project is going to be completed in 2022, the communities in BC will have access to new educational resources, travel exhibits, a lot of social history of South Asian Canadians, and a digital archive which will have collections of artifacts, old historical documents, and it will be a very useful resource for the communities to learn not just about the historical wrongs but also about the contributions of the South Asian Canadian community in British Columbia. So this project has been funded by the provincial government of BC after a lot of lobbying and hard work by the leaders of the community.
I'm the digital asset archivist for SASE, and I'm working on the South Asian Canadian Digital Archive. I think it's important because there's a long history of repositories in Canada as well as internationally not collecting materials from marginalized populations, and so this is really an attempt to redress that. There are obviously some font and collection throughout the country that are from people from the South Asian diaspora, but there's relatively few, and a lot of the materials are still with the community. Also, as we kind of move increasingly towards a digital world, people expect a lot of materials to be available online. This provides us an opportunity to do mass digitization, make sure that people are able to access their own histories from home.
Part of my job is helping with the marketing and the design pieces of all the exhibits. So yearly we hold one exhibit, and the most recent one was the Weir hockey exhibit, which covered all of the South Asians that were involved in the game of ice hockey, all the people of color that were involved in the game of ice hockey as well, starting with this huge timeline from all the years and showing exactly all the events that occurred and all the players that were included. And it actually stretches all the way till now as well. All the future players and the current players and how they're impacting the game, and how it's a movement that's just continuing in a sport that's predominantly white.
I am a transfer student from India. I was there at the Chandigarh campus of UFV for about 2 years, and then I transferred here in my third year. I've already completed 3 years of my study, and I'm currently in my fourth year. To come here as an immigrant is a part of my story too. And to know about how people did that hundreds of years ago, I think it was a great deal. And the environment here at SASI, the values exactly match what I was looking for in my company.
There are amazing moments in the classroom when you teach students about their own history, South Asian students in the classroom about their own history, and you see the penny drop, and you see them feel this sense of pride to finally know their history. Because as you know, in Canada, our history is hardly taught in the school system. Kids have to get to university to really explore their own learning. So for me, this moment, this inspiration to inspire students to learn about themselves, and through that, learn about Canadian society, and then hopefully become agents of change. Every student that takes a South Asian course, our goal is for them to hopefully take that to their workplace, go into graduate school, go and do a PhD, and then train other students to do this work. Publish, write, go and present at conferences, speak at engagements that happen at the university here at SASI. So I'm inspired by this idea that we can affect change, that all of us are agents of change.